Time to tune in. Now another sports center. It's a movement.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith. Folks, as promised, we got another classic interview for y'all. We will not fail you on this one. I'm telling you, I got an absolute star right beside me. Coming up into the 2022 NFL Draft, I have CHIMA DUNGA coming out of the University of Central Missouri on the show with us here today. CHIMA, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. Can't complain. I'm just thankful I had this opportunity.
Feeling is mutual, my friend. So I'm gonna go ahead and kick it off with your football story. Now, obviously, man, you're making a lot of noise in Division II right now. I mean, your highlight tape speaks for itself. I'm gonna post it on the screen right now. You played at Morgan State, eventually go over to University of Central Missouri. Tell me about how you fell in love with the game of football.
I started playing football at the age of 9 from Pop Warner, Little League, and then since then, I never looked back. My parents realized that football was my avenue to go to school, to go to school on scholarship, get school paid for. So my parents invested in me with football, and with football, I never looked back. I knew football was going to be my way out. So I stuck to it.
Now, you currently play in Division II college football over at University of Central Missouri. Before you were at Morgan State. Why University of Central Missouri over Morgan State?
With COVID, COVID had hit. They canceled the 2020 season, and once they canceled the 2020 season, the NCAA gave us a year back, and then Morgan State transitioned to spring ball going into that 2021 spring, and so I participated in spring ball. And mind you, I played the 2019 season at Morgan State after I transferred from junior college. So they gave us a year back, and I graduated from Morgan State in 2021, and then I grad transferred, and I felt like Central Missouri plays in the MIAA. The MIAA is basically SEC of Division II, and Central Missouri had the platform for me where I could thrive as a football player at the defensive line position, and where I could just thrive as a student athlete. And they just had a platform for me to just be great on the football field and stand out at the nose guard position.
Love it. I love it. And prior to nose guard, have you played any other positions in football?
I played this past season. They would have me at like the nose guard is my primary position, but they'll have me at the 2I, and then I'll play the shade. So yeah, I'm basically pretty much at everywhere in the interior except for the 5. I'm more of like a run stopper for real. So they'll have me in the interior for the most part.
Love it. I love it. Now, you mentioned that you all are in a division where it's kind of like the SEC of Division II college football. There's a lot of headhunters, a lot of heavy hitters in that division. In your opinion, and off of your experience, what are some misconceptions that people have about Division II college football?
People think that the talent level and the athletes on Division II level is kind of like, it's really not up there with like the FBS schools or the D1AA schools, but I consider Division II football like FCS football, Division I AA football, because you'll be surprised. There's a lot of dogs in the Division II level, and I feel like Division II level have like all the best athletes for real. So, I mean, the scholarship difference, I think in D2 there's probably like 36 scholarships. You got to split it between 100 and 20 guys on the team, and on the FCS Division I AA level, there's about 64. You got to split that scholarship money, which is more scholarship money between 120 plus guys. But I believe on the Division II level, there's a lot of dogs and athletes for real. And I think like, especially this NFL draft coming up, like there's a bunch of Division II prospects that are dogs too. So hopefully these NFL scouts could take a look on these dogs and give these dogs an opportunity.
Absolutely. So in other words, you're saying it's ultra competitive, and people really got to fight for everything that they have, essentially.
Yes. Like you got Kyle Duggar from Lenore Ryan. Kyle Duggar played for the Patriots right now. He got drafted second round right after Isaiah Simmons. So, I mean, if you're a dog on the D2 level, someone's going to find you for sure.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I remember I did a brief stint playing college football, man, and you hear about everything being for free at University of Oregon and Alabama, and we got free Adidas, and they didn't look so hot. So
yeah, I already know how it is on D2 level.
Yeah. Now let me ask you. Obviously, you're really getting ready for this NFL draft. This is your shot. Obviously, we got the NFL Combine coming up as well. What kind of workouts are you doing right now to take your game to the next level?
Right now the trainer I'm working with, like we're just working on like 40-yard get offs. That first 10 yards, matter in the 40 yards. Like you gotta have a first like good 3 steps because every 3 steps you have, that 3 steps is important with that 40-yard that 40-yard dash because if your first 3 steps are bad, you're just cutting time from your time and you're gonna just run a slow time. So like right now, me and my trainer is just working on our 40-yard get offs. We're working on single leg explosiveness. We're just working on like explosiveness from like the legs for real because you gotta be explosive when it comes to like putting up them great numbers. So that's what we're working on, and we're working on that bench press too. Like my goal is to hit 30 reps on that bench press on pro day. So that's my goal. My goal is to run a 4.9 and stand out.
And as you can see in the highlights, folks, my guy is big, but he's fast. And
Yes,
you
sir.
combine them two, and you could tell just by talking, he has a high football IQ. Man, I'm excited for you. I'm really excited for you.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, you said growing up, you played football, you played Pee Wee, Pop Warner, what have you. What were some of your favorite NFL players growing up, and who are some NFL players who you model your game after?
Growing up, I was more of like a Michael Vick fan when he was on the
Okay.
Falcons, and
Yeah.
then like he had that little situation where he had to like serve a little bit of time, and then once he made that comeback, he played for the Eagles. So like growing up, I was more of a Michael Vick fan. I just was fascinated with the way Michael Vick was just juking guys in the pocket and just like scrambling. Michael Vick was probably one of my favorite athletes growing up. But now, like, I play defensive line. I look at undersized guys like Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald's probably my favorite player in the NFL. I could model my game off of Aaron Donald because he's undersized, about 6 foot, 285. And then I look at other guys like Jarrell Casey, undersized, 6'1", 305, and other guys like Puna Ford. He played for the Seahawks, undersized. He's about 5'10", 305. So I model my game off a bunch of undersized defensive linemen in the NFL for real because they got low center of gravity and they're stout in the trenches and they're just good in the run game and the pass game. So I model my game off of a bunch of undersized NFL players that have the same physique as me.
Your highlight reel is it's like every single play, man. There's something going on, man. There's some athletic. There's, you're controlling the the center or guard or whoever it is you're up against. You're moving around. You pretty much do as you please, and I love it. There's not a play where you're not impactful. Let me ask you a question: have you earned or have you had any nicknames given to you throughout the years?
Well, I mean, my name is Chima. People call me Big Cheem.
Okay.
And then like my teammates here, like I got a sack celebration called the Dunga Slaughter. I don't know if you're familiar with the WWE, the
Yeah.
Undertaker.
Oh yeah.
Whenever I get like a tackle for loss or a sack, I basically like hit this pose called the Dunga Slaughter and like finish him for real whenever I get the sack. So they call me the Dunga Slaughter. I mean that's what most of my teammates call me. So I think it's just like a pretty cool feeling. And then whenever I get a TFL or a sack, they just yell "Cheem." So I mean, just like getting that type of surreal feeling at the Division II where they show you love and everybody knows you is a great feeling. So that's one thing I always take from UCM. They show you love here, especially as a D2 guy.
When it comes to celebrating, what's in your headphones on game day?
I mean, I listen to a bunch of like gospel music. I'm African. I gotta listen to like my Afro beats too. And then I listen to a bunch of like, some gangster trap music, my G Herbo, my Pooh Shiesty, I gotta have that in my game day playlist too. But the type of person I am is I love music for real. I'm really like culture, Like I'm here in the Midwest, my teammates listen to country music. I could adapt with that. I could listen to country music with them too. I love music for real, so I don't really discriminate with the music. But I mean, my game day music, I listen to my Afro beats. I listen to my heavy trap music, rap music. So I mean, I love it. You feel me? I love music for real.
Draft day's right around the corner. What are your plans for draft day?
My plans for draft day is to stay ready, so I don't have to get ready. I'm gonna keep on working. Whatever team takes a chance on me, that's a blessing. I'm gonna be ready to work. But once I get that call in, I'm gonna just stay here in Missouri and keep on working with my trainer until leading up to draft day. I mean, my family's in New Jersey right now, so I'm a FaceTime away from that. If they need me, if I need them, I'll just call them for. But right now I'm in Missouri. But on draft day, I'm gonna be here in Missouri for the most part.
I love it. I love it. And what is something that you want NFL teams to take and know about you? Maybe something that's not there on social media, something that you want them to take and know about you, about the guy who they're going to be employing here in a few months.
I want these NFL teams to know I'm a blue-collar guy. I work hard. I show effort. I play this game with tenacious force. I'm really passionate about the way I play. I'm passionate about my teammates. And you have a hard worker, whatever it takes for me to get to the top, I'm willing to do everything to get to the top. And one thing about me is I take criticism. I know when I'm wrong. I know when I'm right. And I'm coachable too. So, and I play with a motor too. And I play with great effort. And I believe film does not lie. And just coming out of a Division II school, like I said before, Division II guys are ballers too. And I feel like I'm going to be one of them guys that will stand down and show these NFL scouts I'm that type of guy.
That's excellent. That's excellent. Chima, I definitely don't doubt it, man. And I'm really excited, man. Your story is just now beginning, not only on tape, but, man, just getting for folks to take and get to know the man behind the helmet is absolutely amazing. And it's going to be real exciting, man. I hope you come back on the show, man, so we can follow back up with you in about a year or two.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Thank you. It means a lot for me being on your show, Doug. Appreciate you.
No worries, man. So, well, hey, Big Chim, thanks for coming on the show, man. For all you guys, I'm gonna have all his information down below where you can take and see his highlights. You can follow him on social media. Chim, before you go, any shout outs?
I want to shout out the UCM Mules country. Snots out, go Mules. Ever since I transferred to UCM, they showed me nothing but love. And they took a chance out of me out of that transfer portal because that transfer portal was looking crazy once I hopped in it. I'm just thankful for having me on your show, Doug, and thank you. Appreciate you.
Oh, most definitely. And folks, if you're following, go down below, follow my guy, follow the story. If you're looking for inspiration, you got it right here in CHIMA DUNGA, University of Central Missouri.
Turn 100 for the touchdown. King crown gain inside, leading your town. Hit you faster than the sound. Bad boy, throw it down. Yeah, I'm ill. Not my will. Them copper fill the house. Listen to the roaring crowd. Drop a light, calm it down. Heisman all the haters' mouth. Superhero hit them wow. Packing more action than bing, boom, bam, pow. Touchdown for the win. We live. Subscribe right now.